Hi Laurel kids, I am sending you another video today. Today we're going to work on something called word study, and we're going to use the book that we read yesterday, Treasure from the Sea. This is not a read aloud, so I am going to make another video later today about a new read aloud book. This is particularly addressing word study. So we are going to use Treasure from the Sea by Jacqueline Adams. And as you can see, today is Thursday. It's March 19th, and we will get right to it. So when you're doing word study, you're not worrying about the comprehension of the story anymore. You've already read the story. You understand the story. You understand the gist. So what you do is you take one page from the book. This happens to be page 6. I'm going to give you a nice close-up of that. If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead and take a screenshot of that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to look at the words and look at some patterns and see things that maybe you just didn't notice before as you were listening to the story. So one thing that you could do, or that your parents or your teacher might do, I wrote down exactly what it said on page 6. To me, it's just a little bit easier to read when it is larger print and written out in my own hand. So as I was looking at this passage, I'm not focusing on the comprehension, remember. I'm just looking at the words and noticing some patterns. And one thing that I was really struck by was the number of words that start with S. And once I started looking at those, and I'm going to actually take a highlighter or a yellow marker, and I'm going to underline all the words that start with S. Some, see, ships, we'll work on that one in a little bit, sank, ships again. I'm going to go ahead and do repeaters. Oh, storm, sink, ship, and sea. So yeah, we've got a couple of repeating words. Also, I noticed we have sink and sank, which is kind of interesting. But as I was going through the words, noticing the S's, I also came upon something that I mentioned yesterday as we were reading the book about these consonant clusters. So a consonant cluster is when two letters make a sound. In first grade, we usually learn that SH makes sh, CH makes ch, TH makes th, and well, there's PH, which is like a phone, like f, and there's probably another one that I'm not remembering right now, but I'm sure that someone will remind me. So I'm going to take another color, and I am going to find any consonant clusters that start with S. I was taken aback by ship. So you know what I think I'll do? I'm going to circle sh in ship. Oh, I see ships, ships. Let's see, anything else with just S plus another letter to make a consonant cluster. Looking through the whole passage, I do notice another one down here, storm. ST is a consonant cluster. And we have ship, again, go ahead and circle it one more time. Now, as I do that, I notice a lot of other consonant clusters. If you want to go ahead and highlight the TH words, go ahead. I see a gl word, glass. I see crates. I am not going to underline all of those because I think that's too much. So I have to take into consideration that I need to have a sharp focus. Today my focus is just going to be S words, okay? Now, as I was looking for all the S's, I started to see, wait, whoa. Some of the words have S at the end. So I'm now going to look through my passage again. Some glass got into the sea when ships sank. And I hear some S's at the end of words. So I'm going to take another color. If you don't have colored markers or colored pencils or crayons, you can use a pencil. It's no big deal. We have some glass got into the sea when ships sank. Ships carried lots of things in crates. They carried glass, again, bottles, and fancy dishes. A storm could sink a ship, and all the glass would go into the sea. So hopefully I found all the words that end in S. A thing that is kind of funny is that some of the words that end in S are plurals. That means there's more than one, but some of them just end in S. So for example, glass, it can be one glass. Ships, that's more than one. So I'm just going to go ahead and circle that because it's actually the plural of ship. It means there's more than one ship, ships. I see ships again. I see things. That means there's more than one. I see crates. More than one crate. Bottles. More than one bottle. I'm going to give you a second and see if you can find any other words from here down that have an S at the end that's a plural. More than one thing. So I think you've probably found it by now. Dishes is also something that ends in S that means more than one. So I took this passage from page 6. I did a very close look at it. I decided I see a pattern. There's a lot of words on this page that have S. Then I looked even closer at all those words. And I found all the S's in the beginning. Then I started noticing consonant clusters. Then I started noticing words that had S at the end. And there's one more thing I want to do with this, with S's. There's a couple words, maybe just one, that have S's in the middle. So I'm going to read it one more time. And then if I see an S that's in the middle of the word, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to underline that one with brown. Some glass got into the sea when ships sank. Ships carried lots of things in crates. They carried glass, bottles, and fancy dishes. Oh, not only is it an S, but it is a consonant cluster, SH. Shh, dishes. A storm could sink a ship, and all the glass would go into the sea. So I think I found all the S words. Maybe I missed one or two. Hopefully you can find it for me. But now you know what I'm going to do? I am just going to hold it up for you, and I'm going to read it. And I want you now to kind of let your eyes take a break, turn your ears on really well, and see if you can hear the S's and the shh sounds. Here I go. I'm reading from the book now. This one. Some glass got into the sea. I'm going to start over because I really want you to hear the s and sh sounds. So I'm going to start it one more time. Some glass got into the sea when ships sank. Ships carried lots of things in wooden crates. They carried glass, bottles, and fancy dishes. A storm could sink a ship, and all the glass would go into the sea. So as an extension for this was a quick, almost 10-minute little mini lesson here. One thing that you guys could do now for an extension, and you can use the video and you can replay it again, or you can do a screenshot on the passage. What you could do now is a word sort. So you could look over hopefully if you took a screenshot of this, you could look over this and you could make a list of all the words that begin with S or have S at the beginning. You could then make a list of all words that end in S here or have S at the ending. You could find the word that has S in the middle. It's actually a consonant cluster, remember? Shh. And finally, you could write all the words that have consonant clusters starting with S or have SH in the middle, like dishes. So I'm going to let you take a peek at this paper if you want to take a screenshot of it. And that is the word study mini lesson for today. Just a nice little quick, close to 10-minute lesson for you. And if you want to stay tuned a little bit later, I am going to upload a video about a read aloud. Take care, everybody. Stay well. We are all thinking about you. And this is Ms. Bauer from Laurel School, and I am signing out. Thank you so much. Miss you guys.